Nacht Der Untoten, or Night of the Undead, is a fan favorite map that got remastered 2 times and remade. This is the development story of Nacht Der Untoten, but this is not a story just to be glanced by. This is a story that took dedication, hard work, and a premise not to give up on your project. This story starts early in development of Call of Duty World at War. Jason McCoy, the lead level design, and Jesse were trying to brainstorm some ideas for extras in the game. Call of Duty 4 had that groundbreaking airplane level at the very end of the game. So for ending sequence for Call of Duty World at War, since they were trying to match the same experience with the airplane mission on Call of Duty 4, had taken place in the beaches of Normandy, but the player was playing as a German, using a mounted MG to shoot down the US soldiers that were storming the beach, until the bunker that you're in gets blown up, and while you're knocked unconscious, and gunfire will happen, and then you wake up with an M19 pistol at your face, and then it fades to black, finishing the credits. Even though that sounds like a cool idea for an ending sequence, when they were having a meeting with Dan Bowling, Jesse Snyder gave the pitch for the ending sequence, which got turned down. After that ending sequence getting denied from ever existing, Jesse Snyder then asked Dan if he played a tower defense game. He haven't. Jesse Snyder knew a few things about tower defense games. They are a huge hit with a lot of tower defense fans. So he thinks that was a perfect idea to put a tower defense game mode into World at War. So after explaining to Dan what a tower defense game is, he really liked the idea of implementing a tower defense game mode into Call of Duty. So the start of bunker defense has made its way onto the drawing board and in production. A few hours go by from that little meeting with Dan. Sean Slayback talks about another tower defense game mode called The Last Stand. So Jesse Snyder tries out The Last Stand and had a huge idea. So I played a few rounds and had a huge epiphany. Zombies Nazi, I thought to myself, you could do a lot of the same stuff here, but make it more interactable, more intense in first person. What if you could actually buy the barricades in real time? What if you actually can find weapons and buy it in the level? What if you can unlock new areas that can change the strategy of the game and the flow of the enemies? Plus, you can play this in co-op. Jesse Snyder thinks back about the second level, how the Japanese soldiers, when they getting struck down by nukes, looked like zombie animations. He thinks that he can reuse the animations that they have already to make a little prototype. So after that idea comes to his mind, he immediately rushes over to Dan's office and has a small little meeting. Hey, so I have this idea, I think it's gonna be awesome. We'll do a tower defense game where zombies are attacking the building you're holding up in. As Jesse Snyder explains his idea, how Jesse Snyder puts into the blog, he says that Dan didn't look puzzled about it. And this is where his first no comes in. Dan says that need all new models and animations for this game mode, and it will be a huge risk, and the mode didn't fit the theme of the game. Dan didn't think that he could be able to put this other tower defense game mode with his tower defense game mode that's being made right now. So after that little meeting with Dan and his idea getting turned down, so he went around the office and pitched his idea to his team members that are in the office. They were really loving the idea of putting zombies into World at War. This is the stepping stone that gave him the go-ahead to make a little prototype of his idea. Taking some assets from the campaign and reusing the animations from the second campaign mission, he had a playable prototype that got his idea across. While Jesse was scripting away for his project, Dan was getting a little team together to develop his version of a tower defense game. It was not like a tower defense game what you think it was. It was more or less you go and run through levels, and people will spawn in trying to kill you. You kill them, wave after wave, and you have encountered some boss people like dogs and a flamethrower guy and some others. And this is one of the projects that Jesse Snyder had to help in. Every week that went by, more work went into bunker defense, and every week was another week I said, we should drop this and do Zombies Nazi instead. I always got the same lines, too risky, too much rock, and every time after that, it always kept getting denied and pushed back. So it was time for him to put it in his hands and show the prototype to his colleagues. And they really loved the idea and the prototype. Since it got the message to class, and it was a playable mess, people actually enjoy playing it. That gave Jesse Snyder more motivation to keep doing it, and adding more to it onto his weekends. And as he keep adding more to this game mode that is now a passion project, a lot of people in the office started talking more about this passion project and sharing ideas around and getting to the point where the lead animator, Jimmy Serinci, actually got wind of this happening, so he got around to playing it, and he was like excited to actually be playing it, and he was like down to do more animations for this game mode. And as more employees talk about it, it started getting up to more management style. The upper management really started having a lot of healing of this Nazi Zombies game mode being made. And this is where upper management decided to close down bunker defense and fully embrace this Nazi zombie game mode. And a few people at upper management actually decided to go down and play it. I'm gonna be playing a clip right here with conversations with creators with real Vids. If there's a PlayStation talk show that talk to creators like Treyarch, little snippet right here is the best way to experience what the creator side were thinking about this little passion project.
It was a passion project inside the studio that totally should never have, in any sort of like, I probably shouldn't even be here as a studio head because I let this thing happen at a time when the development was strained and the team was, in a difficult place trying to release a historically authentic cinematic World War II game. And then you hear, have you heard they threw a zombie in there? It's a Nazi zombie, right? Everyone likes to kill Nazi zombies. So, it's a fun new game co-op mode. And I'm like, whoa. Like, this hasn't been greenlit. Like, what's going on, you got to try.
Did you just sort of start moonlighting on zombies? And you were just like, you know what, I have this idea, and I'm just basically going to beg forgiveness? Is that where that came from?
I mean, the studio itself, it was, as Mark was saying, it kind of comes from the guys having a passion to create it and just kind of toying things around and playing with stuff.
And a thing that evolved over time as we were making the campaign game for co-op, we just learned and discovered that, hey, the most fun experiences are when you're defending and you're defending together and you're playing these kind of defense missions.
Yeah.
And that just was like, we should just make a mode that is just about defending and having waves of attackers. And that was where it kind of started. And then the zombie portion came in because one of our missions was based on the Peleliu Island where a bunch of airstrikes had come in. So we went to mocap. We motion captured all of these walking wounded soldiers. So they're all kind of like hobbling around and injured. And one of our lead scripters at the time on the campaign, he started to plug that in and say, it's a little bit more fun when there's zombies in there, when they're soldiers. Yeah. And he started to, add some layers to the mechanic, put some, started to put the windows that you could repair and the wall buys.
Yeah.
And as we started to build this game out,
all different departments start climbing in. After they're crunched at night, like the sound team starts putting in, the animation team starts putting in. It was total grassroots.
It just started. People started playing it on the team, and it just started kind of
in the middle of the night.
More people got.
They should have been going home to get sleep. They had me play it, and I was like, oh, this is a lot of fun. I'm gonna have to figure. Now I've got the problem of figuring out how to support the team to get it done. Yeah. So I just did the exact same thing. I literally, wouldn't give it too much of a preamble. I'd just sit down with people and have them play with me, and isn't this fun? And just get them actually emotionally invested in what it was.
The best way to end the story of a passion project that got turned down, but slowly got released into World at War. The final build of any Call of Duty World at War game is the final build of Nacht Der Untoten, final build of Nazi zombies. I hope that you guys like the video and subscribe, and if you don't like the video, I'm sure it's hard for wasting your time.